UFC Vegas 11's coming up, and I just got to say, this might be the best non-pay-per-view fight card of the year, maybe of the past 2 years. I'll have to look back on that, but it's a good one. Today I'm going to be giving some predictions on the different fights, and I'm going to preview the main event. So, yeah. Dude, this card is so good. We got Kevin Holland and Darren Stewart starting off the main card, followed by Mackenzie Dern and Randa Marcos. Next, we have Johnny Walker making his return against Ryan Spann. That'll be a good fight. It'll be interesting to see what's up with Johnny Walker. The dude kind of had a fall from grace when he lost to Corey Anderson, and then he had another loss after that, which is just not good. It'll be interesting to see. It'll be a good test with Ryan Spann. But the next fight we got at middleweight, so Khamzat Chimaev versus GM3. This one will be interesting. It'll be another good test for Chimaev. Now, the interesting thing about this is Chimaev has already been booked to fight Damian Maia after this. I think it's official, but if not, it's more than likely going to happen. So, Dana White's definitely overlooking GM3, but I got to take Chimaev in this one. He's just shown to be super, super dominant. He's only gotten punched like twice in his last 2 fights, so it's just absolutely insane. And I recently did a video on UFC prospects and future champions, and Chimaev is certainly at the top of the list when it comes to UFC prospects. So, yeah. Damian Maia versus him would be a really good fight, though. I wonder how that would turn out because Maia's kind of on the decline. Chimaev is going up, so could go either way, but I don't know. We'll have to see. Next, we have another fight that not a lot of people are talking about. Cowboy's making his return against Nico Price. Now, this is kind of like a must-win for Cowboy. Not a must-win, but it'd be nice to get a W. I think he's on a 4-fight losing streak. I think he's gotten stopped in 3 of those 4 fights, which is just not good. Again, they're against killers. I think he had a decision against Anthony Pettis last time, which personally I had him winning. He fought Connor before that. Connor's, not an easy night out. We had Justin Gaethje, and he had Tony Ferguson as well. So stopped 3 out of his last 4 fights. He really needs a win here, but against a guy named Nico Price, it's going to be tough. Nico's he's a brawler, dude. He comes forward. He tries to knock your lights out. Hopefully Cowboy's veteran enough where he can avoid that knockout and maybe get a W, but that'll be an exciting fight no matter what. And finally, we got the one that you guys really want to talk about. It's Colby Covington versus Tyron Woodley. This is a fight that was made way, way too late, but we're still going to get it, and it still should be a pretty good matchup. It depends what Tyron Woodley shows up. The guy that's gotten into the octagon the last 2 times, I don't recognize that person because that is not Tyron Woodley. That is someone else that I just don't know. He lost a decision against Gilbert Burns where he just had no output. He just looked sluggish in there. And I want to say he lost all rounds on all judges' scorecards, which is just not a good way to win a fight. Before that, basically the same thing happened against Kamaru Usman, who's obviously now the champion. Tyron Woodley needs to step it up. From the sounds of it sounds like he's training with Jorge Masvidal, who's a longtime teammate of Colby Covington. So that'll be interesting, but I don't think that Jorge can replicate the type of wrestling in output that Colby has. He just has this crazy pace and this ability to just ride guys out. He did it to Robbie Lawler. He was doing it to Kamaru Usman even. I think he was winning that fight up until he broke his jaw, but it'll be a good fight regardless. The thing about this fight is I think you'll know how it's going after the first round. If Tyron looks, gun shy, I think Colby's just going to ride him out. He could get a finish or he could just pummel him for 5 rounds. But if Tyron Woodley starts looking like Tyron Woodley again, it's going to be a good fight. I mean, Tyron's got some really, really good wrestling. His striking is underrated. He's got a really, really powerful overhand right hand that could crack anyone and knock anyone out. I mean, he knocked out Robbie Lawler, so knocking out someone like Colby Covington isn't completely out of the question. Now, Colby is really, really good at, avoiding those big shots, but we did see him get cracked against Kamaru, and I think Tyron has that power as well. Now, as for my prediction, I am going to predict Colby Chaos Covington is going to get the win. I think he's probably just going to get a decision. I don't see him finishing Tyron. Tyron's not really an easy person to finish. Even with how bad he's looked in his last 2 fights, he He didn't get finished in either of those, so I don't see Colby being able to do it. I think he can, but I don't think it's the likely outcome. But we really need to see the old Tyron Woodley back. I don't know if he just got, too Hollywood. He got too wrapped up with the acting and the rapping. But we need to see Tyron back, and if it's the same Tyron that showed up in his last two fights, I see it being an easy decision victory for Colby Covington. What do you guys think? Who do you have winning this fight? Let me know in the comment section below, and I will see you all next time.